When he was around 2 months, I started noticing that he had rapid eye movements. He could tell when it was sunlight or a completely dark room, but aside from that, we didn't really know if he had any vision. As much as it was a good thing that doctors overreacted, it was scary, but I think we got a lot of overreactions and extreme reactions from medical staff. So he had a lot of hospitalists looking at him and evaluating for like brain cancer and all sorts of extreme conditions. But eventually we did get the diagnosis of optic nerve hypoplasia and septo-optic dysplasia. So that means that from what we know now, he has smaller optic nerves in both eyes, especially the left eye. When we found out that he was visually impaired, I wanted to know about all sorts of early intervention programs that existed, and Vision Forward was suggested by the pediatrician, and I was like, oh, I know what that is. So we got him enrolled in that right away with birth to 3, and that process has kind of been hand in hand together since the start.
As soon as we had him in this darkened room, Mom and Dad were able to together see him actually look for the first time and really like follow. Like they thought that he had been seeing some things and knew that he saw like when it was light versus dark, when you open a window or turn a light on in a room. But to actually see him start to use his vision for a purpose, I think was a really cool moment for me.
When we saw for the first time that he could actually follow a lighted toy, it just made me so emotional that I started crying, and I think that gave me a lot of hope for the future with what he's able to develop over time.
You know, at first he's looking at the lighted rattle, and then he's kind of following it as we're moving it. And over time, we just saw his vision develop and kind of blossom from there.
He started really, really slowly tracking light, and from there it's just progressed and snowballed, and he surprises me every day with the things that he's able to see.
Even when he's learning to eat, like offering him 2 pieces of food or showing him 2 different toys, and having him make sure that he actually like scans and looks for a toy so that he can communicate. You know, choice making is a huge part of communication, but just a part of everyday life.
During those early periods of time where we recently got the diagnosis, it was very emotional for us as parents, trying to process what that would mean for his future. It's hard to say in words how much Vision Forward has helped, because just having somebody who understands what we're going through. I think one of my questions to you was, what can we do to, help him function as well as we can? And that's a very broad question, but you had a perfect answer to that, and that was just to treat him like a normal baby and like he can do all the things that a normal baby can do, and not to assume that just because he's limited by his vision that he won't be able to do certain things. I've tried to keep that in mind as he's progressed through different developmental stages. That's been a huge part of his ability to get to where he is now functioning.